with Domee and Becky Neiman-Cobb, and we're here to talk about Bao. So Bao is really, it's a great little short. It's really wonderful. And you've kind of talked about how you kind of drawn from your personal life to kind of create this. Is this kind of, aside from all the cultural references and the importance of that, is this kind of an homage to your mom, perhaps?
Definitely. I think she was a huge inspiration for the mom character and just for the story in general. I think because I'm an only child and because she was always super overprotective of me, it was hard for her to let me go when I was starting to grow up and find my own independence. Actually, in fact, she'd often say "Oh, Domee, I wish I could put you back in my stomach so I knew exactly where you were at all times." And I'd be like, "Oh, Mom, that's sweet but creepy." So that was kind of the spark for kind of the themes that we're kind of exploring in the short about learning to let go and all that stuff. Yeah.
Do you feel like it kind of is like your mom kind of felt like you understand now why she was so kind of protective and overbearing?
Yeah, that was one of the reasons why I wanted to tell the story from the mom's point of view, because I didn't know it. Going into making this short, I was so, that dumpling, that coddled, overprotective little dumpling, and I was always like, oh, why is my mom always like this? It's so suffocating. But I think I wanted to just learn more about what she was going through and what she was thinking.
I love that Domee challenged herself to tell it from Mom's point of view, because it could, so easy could have been from the dumpling's point of view, because that's her story.
Yeah.
And it would amaze me every day, the choices that she would make that were so precisely what a mom would do.
Yeah.
I became a mom during the making of the short, so I kind of had this revelation, and it just awed me every day how much she was in touch with how a mom would feel.
Yeah, well, it helped that you were there every day, because we used you as a sounding board for that type of stuff. So.
It was in you too.
So it was kind of a great evolution for both of you.
It really was.
I think so.
Yeah.
So I also know that it took kind of a long time to kind of from start to end for this.
Yeah.
For kind of such a kind of a short. How did you guys kind of keep yourselves motivated and kind of on track and looking at it with fresh eyes constantly over such a long period of time?
Yeah. For most of the production, up until the last year and a half, I was also working full time as a storyboard artist on our other feature films like Toy Story 4 or Incredibles 2. And I think having two projects kind of happening at the same time for me was good to kind of keep my eyes fresh. If I was feeling kind of if I had writer's block or kind of artist fatigue working on Bao, at least I would have something to kind of switch my brain over to kind of give Bao a little bit of a break as I focused on, someone else's baby, someone else's project. And then I had that perspective and that freshness coming back to Bao. So it was good to kind of switch back and forth for me.
Oh yeah, same. I mean, for me, I was really a part of it for the production part. So Domee had a lot of time working on it on her own. She did all of the storyboarding, like she said, all the writing, and so I came on once we started producing it and making it in the computer and animating it, and so I was able to mostly focus full time on it. We would start and stop depending on the needs of the studio at the time, so sometimes all of our artists were needed on a feature, of course, we're the lower priority. They would go to that and we would pause, and then I would help. I actually consulted a little bit on Coco at the time, and like Domee said, it is kind of a fun thing to be able to go out and look at something else and then come back home to this. So
great. Now that you've kind of created Bao and sent them off into kind of the world, do you feel like it's hard for you guys to eat a Bao now?
No. Oh no.
No, it's very easy. I mean, we talk about it a little bit while making it, but we felt like the short was kind of tapping into that primal feeling of, I don't know, violence. When you see something really cute, you're just oh, I just want to eat it up.
Bite the cheese off.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I still feel that way every time I see something super cute. I just want to eat it. Just want to eat it.
Yeah, we say lots of dumplings were harmed in the making of this short.
Sure
We say with pride.
Yeah, with pride.